Hello, is this thing on? So, another day, another fiasco. What's going on in your little wonderful world? So, as we all suspected, uh, the White House called for a national state of emergency. That wasn't no surprise. So we're here. We're in the emergency. Lawsuits are coming back and forth, and everyone's got their panties in a wad. And what happens now? Well, three things can happen. One, the House can take a vote to reject the national emergency. There is none. At that point, the decision is passed to the Senate, where they will take a vote to confirm national security emergency or national emergency, or reject the national emergency. There is none. So if they reject it, then everything goes back to normal, and Trump can save face and go back to his base. I tried, but it got taken down in the courts. Or the Senate can choose to not reject the national emergency and give Trump free reign to do whatever he wants whenever he wants. If he don't get what he wants, national emergency, I get to do what I want. What he's done is essentially cut out the legislative branch in our system. Our democracy has a three-pronged system. Each prong has no more or no less power than the previous one. It's the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. Executive decision, it's the president. Judicial, that's the Supreme Court. And the legislative consists of Capitol Hill, which is the House of Representatives, and the Senate. Okay. Well, if you cut the Senate out, if you cut the legislative branch out, there's no reason to vote for your congressperson or Senate or governor. There's no reason to. Because now the president will be king, and what he says goes, and if you don't give him what he wants, he'll just make an executive decision and get what he wants that way. Or the Supreme Court can stop him. This is unconstitutional, goes against the framework of our foundation. You made your presentation, the Hill rejected it, you need to make another presentation. It's called a debate. He doesn't know how to debate at all. So they could stop him at the judicial front, or being that he has two people that he installed, he maybe say, well, I need my favor now. I give you a favor. I give you a cushy job for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about where you're going to work for the rest of your life to the day you die. You got a job. Now you need to give me my dues by giving me this executive order. Okay. So either way, that's how it can go. He can either be stopped with his rejection from the votes, or he could be stopped at the courts. But that's how he could be stopped. But let's go in the direction if he's not stopped. What will happen if we don't stop him now? So every time he gets a temper tantrum, or any president from here on out, whenever they get temper tantrum, they can call for national emergency and get whatever they want. People are getting sick. National emergency, everyone gets health care. Measles are coming back. National emergency, everyone's forced vaccinated. Now there are cultures that they don't get vaccinated because they don't believe in putting foreign items into their body. Like, you know, I know that the Hasidic Jews, they don't do that. Some forms of, depending on which order you come from, some Amish people don't believe in that. And again, depending on your belief standings, I'm pretty sure, I cannot be 100%, but I think some Jehovah's Witnesses, depending on their beliefs, but it's all in your, it's all religious beliefs. Anyway, the point is that all that will be ignored. Measles are coming back, national emergency, everyone gets forced vaccinated, whether you want it or not. Another national emergency, let's see, we fall way behind on our education system with math and science. So national emergency, all kids gotta go to state-run schools so they could get up to date on math and science. So that means that if you have a particular school that you went to and you want your kids to go to, so it could be a legacy kind of thing if you're in college. If you have a boarding school that you want your kids to go to, or a private school, or if you're homeschooled, or if you have another school in another district, because it's closer to your job, so you could drop your child off and then go to work. Because it's easier for you that way. You know, whatever your issue is, the point is that where your kids go to school will be taken out of your hand, and the government will tell you. Because remember, it's a national emergency, and all the kids gotta be educated so we could keep up. What's another emergency? Oh yes, all these gunfires happening. Oh, all the people dying from gunfights. Okay, so guns are actually a problem. National emergency. We need to seize all the guns so no more people could die from gunfights anymore. You can see how this snowballs out of hand. And I don't like guns. I don't like them around me. However, I do like deer meat. And there's only one way to get it. So, anyway. Moving right along. The point is that if one person can use, now that I think of it, hold on one moment. Why don't we get all those unvaccinated people, line them along the border, and then we could save the money from building the wall. It's just a joke. Don't listen to me. Oh dear. Now, what I was saying is, if one person can use the national emergency to do what they want because they could not get what they want from Congress, what's to stop the next person? This is literally a power grab, because now with the if he gets away with this, the legislative branch of our democracy will be rendered useless. There won't be a need for them. And then it's a three-prong outlet. There'll be a two-prong outlet. And what's to say, a national emergency, the judges are standing in my way from conducting business, so he gets rid of that. And another thing people are not coming to terms with, he could call a national emergency that the voting machines are not safe, and then cancel voting. I mean, he would have the power to do that. All he would have to do is say it's a national emergency, and then you don't get to vote. You see, nowhere in the Constitution is voting a right. It's a privilege. You get to vote. You are not required to vote. You are not forced to vote. Nowhere and does it say that every single person gets a vote. But it's a privilege that we all get to vote. And being that's a privilege, privileges can be taken away. So all he has to do is call a national emergency, and your guns are taken away, your kids get educated by the state, and you don't get to vote anymore. Who's to say that won't happen? That's why this has got to stop. If now the Democrats, I would say they're more active in stopping this than the Republicans. I don't know what they're waiting on. But the same as last week, keep hounding your representatives. Call them up. Call up your governors. Call up your senators. Because those are the ones, the senators are the ones that are going to make or break this deal. If we could get stopped in the Senate, we won't have to go any further. So we got to call senators. Democrat, Republican, independents. We have a few of them floating around too. Let's call them up and stop this. Because if we don't, and it's just me, but I really feel we are on the verge of possibly watching the first steps of democracy crumble. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Now, I need to change the subject because I did a little research on this on my own. But last week, it was interesting hearing people flying around with thoughts that climate change wasn't real because if we still have weather, we still have winter, spring, summer, fall. Yeah, it was blistering hot this summer, but now it's 60 below in the winter. Everything is fine. Okay. So I was looking, what is some hardcore evidence? Changing the subject. What's some hardcore evidence about climate change that you can actually see with your own eyes? Go check it out, look for yourself, even read about it. Well, there's this cute little town, old little town, and on the Gulf of Mexico in Louisiana. The little town is called Isle of John Charles. It's spelled in French. It's ISLEDEJEAN, in which I think Jean is John in English. And I know it's French because there's such wonderful food down there. And I think it's in the French Quarters or Creole. No. Is it Creole? I'm not sure, but the name sounded French to me. So I'm going to buy a donkey here and assume it. But you can look for it for yourself. Do not take my word for this. Do your own research. Don't ever take what people tell you at face value. You got to do your own research. You got to read for yourself. So go ahead, do some research on this, and you will find out that over the past couple of years, the water level's been rising in that town for an extremely alarming rate. They are losing a football field worth of land every day at this town because that's how fast the water is rising. By 2030, the town will no longer be there. America is on the verge of losing its very first town for climate change, and we get to see it in real time. Now, again, people wonder, well, we have winter, spring, summer, fall. We still have different seasons. How can the weather be? How can climate be changing? Well, one is weather, which occurs naturally, the snow, the sun, the rain, all that. That's called weather. Climate affects the whole earth and the average temperature of the whole earth. And if you ever took averages, you got 10 friends, each have a different number. You add all 10 numbers up, divided by 10, that gives you your average. So the average temperature of the whole Earth has been going up. Some places lower, some places are higher, but when you add them up and you divide them out, the average temperature of the Earth has been going up. Now, the Earth heats up in the upper atmosphere, where the wind streams are. Now, the wind streams is what bring the cold from Canada, or wherever your north is. It brings it down into the States for us, and then it goes back up. In the winter, it brings down the cold air, and in the summer, it brings up the warm air from the Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. And, of course, with the Pacific Ocean is always warm over there. They got the Ring of Fire. But anyway, different story. Veered off course. But that's how the wind streams are. The wind stream is a nice little ride, and up and down, and all these peaks and valleys, and that's normal. Now, when you add greenhouse gases and you add all these, the carbon emissions, sorry, I didn't know you were up there. Is that better? Anyway, you add all these carbon emissions, well, now you got something that looks like this. And when you get that, it has erratic weather. That's how come this, a few weeks ago, we have 60 below zero, which is unheard of. I've been around several decades. I never see 60 below zero. I've seen a couple of 20 below zeros on occasions. 23 below zero. 24 below zero was the coldest. But never before have I seen 60 below zero. And that's just one example of the climate change happening. The airstream is heating up, meaning it's coming, the speed is faster, and with faster speed you pull more of that cold air down, and that's how we got to 60 below zero, because all that Arctic blast came down because the wind speed was accelerated. Now, come summer, we'll have the opposite effect. We'll have all the hot air from the southern portion of the Earth coming up from, or from the equator. But anyway, the thing is that it'll be coming up and heating up the East Coast, and we'll have all sorts of heat waves because of that. So, yes, this little town in Louisiana, they have to relocate them now, 40 miles north. I don't know how long that's going to last, because by computer predictions, a good portion of the United States is going to be underwater if we don't stop this. Mainly New York City. They're a harbor town. I mean, they're like, I don't want to say, let me get over here a minute. Okay, here we go. Alright, just need to check something, but I don't want to say it's like New Orleans. New Orleans is like a basin or a bowl. Any little bit of water is going to cause an issue, but New York the water is right there. I mean, it does not take too much to have that water come up over the piers. So I am nervous about that. And so we need to, it is real. We do need to stop it. If we can stop it, or even, I don't know about reversing it, but we need to quit doing this. And I do want to stop on a happy note. I was recording earlier, but something happened to the video, and so this is a redo. Which I'm okay, because I think I like the redo better. And I really wanted to try these for you guys online for the first time. And it's the red velvet, and I really, really, really love cookies. I do. I was opening them, and then it was like my computer went all cattywampus, and so there's the cookies. Ooh, cookies. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I already had one. Like I said, I ate these on earlier. And I only have one. So this will be two. I'm so happy because these are so good. Now, the only thing is that I'm not crazy about is that they're not as soft and chewy as the original Chip Ahoy. But, they are so good. I really do taste like, it really do taste like, oh God, I really do taste like, like red velvet cake. And I make a killer cream cheese frosting. Oh yeah. I know, good. I love it. I need coffee. Real bad. Yeah. Chip Ahoy, you did good. Well, let me get that bite right there. Oh, that's so good. Anyway, this is gonna be another short video. I don't know why my camera keeps going like this. But you guys been on a ride this week. I mean, this camera's doing every other thing but staying still. But anyway, go ahead. We got work to do, guys, because I cannot do this alone. And come on here because it's like therapy. I can pay $75 for 45 minutes to dump out my guts in front of someone else. I could do it for free over here. And in the meantime, I can go ahead and get some help because I cannot do this alone. We need to call all of our senators. We need to stop this monotony now. And do your research on that little town in Louisiana. I am not making this up. We are on the verge of losing our very first town in the United States. And they're not going to be the last. If we don't stop this, they won't be the last. Anyway. Damn, that's good. Ooh, I curse. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, that's okay. I'm not monetized anyway. No, I did this for fun. I talk politics. I can't get monetized. Anyway, I hope for the best. No, hope for the best. We really need the best outcome. Prepare for the worst. I don't know how to prepare for that bad of the worst because it's like, oh dear, I can't think of it. But yeah, hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. I know we're going to end up somewhere in the middle, people. I know it. Stay good and see you next week. Bye.